The following feature presentation is part of the Skywalking Network.
Bam! Recording. This is what you can look forward to on episode 261 of Skywalking Through Neverland.
I just love Halloween.
You know what? Now that I think about this episode should have been titled Noah's Ark.
There was a really odd transition in Orlando between Toy Story Land and Galaxy's Edge.
It's like eating Halloween when you eat a candy corn. Why did you want to become Jack and Sally? You wanted to be...
We want to be twinsies.
I would say that only 83.125% is the same in both parks.
Okay. I don't know why we don't do that as often, so we are doing it now.
You know what would have been really funny? If they had the red snaggletooth out there. We had the blue, they had the red. Oh, come on. You know what really stuck out to me?
What?
Seeing Oogie Boogie walk up and down stairs.
But to amp up the fun at Oogie Boogie Bash, it's in DCA. Well, in DCA, they serve alcohol.
And lots of it.
Are you ready?
Off to Neverland.
Here we go.
A long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away.
To all who come to this happy place, welcome. Disneyland is your land.
When I first made Star Wars, everybody in Hollywood said, well, this is a movie Disney should have made.
You're more than just fans. You're family.
Best day ever!
It's about family, and that's what's so powerful about it.
Hey.
When you use a bird to write with, it's called tweeting.
When we visit the world of Disney, we never grow old. It's a Peter Pan, Never Land that keeps us young in heart.
This is Jedi Master Obi-Wan Kenobi, and you are skywalking through Neverland. I have a good feeling about this.
Hey, Skywalkers! Have you started to celebrate Halloween yet? Are you deciding which Disney Halloween party to go to? Well, get ready to take some notes, since we went to both parties on each coast just last week. But for right now, we want to welcome you all to
Skywalking Through Neverland.
We are your podcast destination for the many decades of your Star Wars, Disney, and Marvel fandom. I am Richard Woloski, but now everyone please say hello to my sweetie wife Sarah, who's got Epcot on her head.
I've got... I think we should explain. We should explain for the
we're
Skywalkers who can't see us.
It's self-explanatory.
So every time we go on a Walt Disney World trip, it's kind of a tradition to get ears there, Mickey headband ears, that you can't get at Disneyland Resort, because we can get all the Disneyland Resort ears we want here. So we were at Epcot the last day, and they had these Epcot ears, and they had different ones. So you could get like Germany ones with the Germany flag as the bow. You could get, UK ones, all the different, Mexico, all that stuff. So I got Germany ones, and they say Germany on the side that it's embroidered, and
it's got two of the golf ball, the Space Center,
right, Epcot Spaceship Earth,
Earth,
yes, and it's got the Germany little this called bow, because that's my heritage. So, and I've always loved the German pavilion there at Epcot. All right, well, it is time to give a big Wookiee hug to our family of Skywalkers. We want to thank you all for listening to the show every single week. And we also want to welcome right here our YouTubers.
Our Skytubers.
Our Skytubers who are watching us right now. We just love it when you share our joy in this adventure through fandom.
Hey, Reynold. Hey, Shamim. Hey, Tim. Now, we are recording this from Long Beach, California. Yay, we're home.
Oh.
On October 3rd, 2019. Minnie, what time is it?
Shh. Minnie is still sleeping the trip off.
What do you mean she's sleeping it off?
Yeah.
What was she doing last night?
She was busy. No,
she's busy?
whole Walt Disney World trip.
Where's this going?
I don't know.
You know what? Just do the Minnie voice, okay?
Oh, man. Okay. Here.
It's 11:45. Good morning.
It's still morning.
Sound like you're a little hungover there, too. All right, and Minnie, answer this question. Who is sponsoring this episode of Skywalking Through Neverland?
Oh, whoa, that was high. Oh, well, this episode of Skywalking Through Neverland is proudly sponsored by Small World Vacations.
Very nice, Minnie.
And just so Minnie knows, they are a diamond level Disney vacation planner travel agency and can help you book your trip to Disney parks around the world. And best of all, their service is free of charge because Disney pays them and not you. So head to smallworldvacations.com for a no obligation price quote and tell them that Skywalking Through Neverland sent you.
This is a good time to call them, too, because a lot of people are making their Celebration Anaheim plans right now.
Yes! In fact, there's a great deal going on right now that was just released, and it's because there's a new Riviera resort opening at Walt Disney World, so they want people to try it out. So right now, it's a Disney Visa offer for Riviera Resort. So if you have the Disney Visa, which we do, this is what you can do. You can save up to 40% on room rates at the all-new Disney's Riviera Resort, which is kind of sandwiched right in between Epcot and Hollywood Studios. It's a great, and it's linked by the Skyliner, which is awesome.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Door-to-door service through the Skyliner.
Yeah. And
these are the new people movers.
Yeah, and
they just opened up last weekend.
So fast. It's amazing.
Yeah.
So what it is you can book through February 14th, 2020.
Oh, Valentine's Day.
Woo! And the valid travel dates are going to be most nights December 16th, 2019 through March 31st, 2020. So yeah, and you must mention this offer. So this is a great offer through Small World Vacations that you can take advantage of if you're a Disney Visa card holder. So I don't know about you, but I'm going to email them right after this.
Well, just knowing that you can take the Skyliner right outside the door of the hotel, right to the park, makes it all worthwhile right there. Because as you know, each Disney park in Orlando is like a day and a half trek between them.
Yeah, they're so far compared to ours where you could just walk across the Esplanade. Yeah, so there you go.
Good deal.
So yeah, if you guys want to take advantage of this offer, head to smallworldvacations.com and tell them that Skywalking Through Neverland sent you.
Now, coming up on this episode, we will be sharing our madcap adventures and breaking down both Disney Halloween parties. The Oogie Boogie Bash at California Adventure in Anaheim and Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party at Walt Disney World in Orlando. And we were so excited because we had 2 Skywalker meetups on both coasts.
It was so much fun.
Get to see most of our friends in like 24 hours.
It was great. Yeah. And also on this episode, we have shout outs and
things we want to share.
Things we want to share. Things we want to share. Things we want to share.
All right off the bat, we have a couple things we want you guys to be aware of. One of them is Richard and I are on the latest episode of Mousetalgia. Their episode 571, we go over Freeform's 31 Nights of Halloween Fan Fest, which we went to a live taping of this show that's coming out October 5th. And it was super fun, and we did a report on that on Mousetalgia.
If you haven't heard this show, it's a really, really fun breakdown of everything Disney. It's kind of like the Skywalking Through Neverland for really hardcore Disney.
Yes.
And this show we went to was a live taping of a kickoff
for Halloween.
And it was like part concert, part award show, part costume festival. A lot of guest stars. Got to see Dan Aykroyd because they had a Ghostbusters segment. Ray Parker Jr. was there singing Ghostbusters.
Kristen Chenoweth sang a song from Wicked. Yeah.
So to hear all about these adventures, go over there to Mousetalgia, and
yeah, you can get that wherever you get your podcasts.
Yeah, or just go to their website or Facebook, and it's all right there. It's episode 571, Freeform's 31 Nights of Halloween Fan Fest.
All right, Skywalkers. Well, we had so much fun at our meetups at Walt Disney World. We thought to ourselves, well, we need to schedule some meetups at Disneyland. I don't know why we don't do that as often. So we are doing it now. So we're going to have a Galaxy's Edge meetup, you guys, on Sunday, November 10th at 6 p.m. And the plan is we will take a picture in front of the Millennium Falcon and then go on a ride on Smuggler's Run, because it's really great to just stand in the queue with all your friends and get to know each other more and just have a great time doing that.
Yeah,
so,
we met some new Skywalkers this week.
Yeah.
And it was so great, like you said, just to talk with them and find out who they are and their interests and just get to know each other.
Yeah. So that will be, once again, Sunday, November 10th at 6 p.m. We'll make an event that you guys can join too on Facebook. But just so you know, that's when it will be. So exciting.
And if you want to wear these new Skywalking Through Galaxy's Edge shirts, well, you can get them over there at TeePublic.
Yes.
Oh, so comfortable. Love these.
Okay. And another thing we want to share is that our YouTube channel, we are going to be on more of a schedule. So when we have something to release, a video to release, look for it on Wednesdays at 6 p.m. Pacific. And when we don't have a video ready to release, because as you know, you guys, we take a lot of time with our videos. We want everything to be really, really good. And
we have very high standards.
Yes. So when we don't have a live video to share, then what we'll do is we'll do a live just show on Wednesdays at 6 p.m. and it will be a discussion. So we'll have some discussion questions, or we'll read a story or something where we can all just share together. So Wednesdays at 6 p.m. Pacific will be our time to stream live or share our latest big YouTube video.
Maybe next week we'll read from this Star Wars Creatures Big and Small.
Yeah.
We just got this from Disney Press.
Uh-huh.
And look at that. I'm showing all the SkyTubers right now.
Oh my
That's
goodness.
the cutest thing you've ever seen.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the Obi-Wan 2, 3 and those type of books.
Well, it's the same people involved as well. Yeah.
But I'm giving people a visual, something to reference from.
Katie Cook. Exactly, Eric.
Yeah. Oh, and Jocasta Drew just wrote a really fun review on this, which you can find at skywalkingthrough-neverland.com.
Yes.
It goes through all the creatures. So on Wednesday, we'll read a little passage from this.
Yay! Well, we may go live too, but we will probably have the Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party video ready by then.
That's
too.
very, very true. Oh,
yeah.
So much to give you guys.
Yeah, we're excited. So that's going to be our new YouTube channel schedule.
All right, now, you know what? Now that I think about this episode should have been titled Noah's Ark.
Why is that?
Since everything we're going to be talking about is coming in twos.
Oh.
We'll be talking about both Disney Halloween parties shortly. But now let's compare and contrast the two Galaxy's Edges, one in Disneyland and one at Disney's Hollywood Studios. We did two within like 72 hours.
Wow.
Now, going in to Hollywood Studios and their Galaxy's Edge, I was worried that this was going to be the same exact thing that we have at our Anaheim Galaxy's Edge. And if that's the case, then what's the point? But I did know that there were some differences. Some people said, yeah, little things here and there. But I would say that only 83.125% is the same in both parks.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, so still some differences that we got excited about, and I'm glad that they weren't the same exact, because like I said, it would be fun to go to both, but why do the same thing twice when you can have some differences and get people like us excited?
Right.
And we were excited. Now, the biggest difference, one has 100% humidity, and one doesn't.
Yeah.
So, as you know, if you've been to Orlando, you know that humidity is just off the charts.
Yes.
Which makes our Galaxy's Edge a little bit more comfortable. Oh. Gonna go right out and say that. But when you're walking into Galaxy's Edge Orlando, you hear more sounds of bugs and things in the bushes, like large mosquitoes. Was that just me? If we have them here in Anaheim, I've never noticed them.
You know, I think when you go into not the Frontierland entrance, but the entrance over by Hungry Bear, I think there's a few more bugs and stuff sounds over there.
Now, I've always heard like creatures and knacklors in the wooded areas,
right?
But it seemed like Orlando was focusing more on insects.
Okay.
And when you already have the real live insects, you don't need to increase it anymore with sound effects. Yes.
Right. Yeah, in general, the whole humidity and heat really made me feel like the Batuu in Orlando was more of a jungle, you know, rather than when we first entered Batuu over here at Disneyland. It was definitely more arid and more just like kind of a drier setting. So it's like our Batuu is a different planet almost, just because of the humidity.
Kind of like Jakku and Tatooine, but they're both planets based with 2 or 3 suns, but no one ever sweats.
Yeah,
You
right?
never see Luke with sweat stains everywhere, or Rey just covered and drenched in her own sweat. So it's more of a dry heat like we have here in Anaheim.
Right. Eric Warren says maybe hidden hoojibs sound like insects.
Ooh.
That's a good idea, Eric.
Anything to make hoojibs canon.
Right?
All right, so another thing that was different, and I don't know why this got me so excited, but it did.
You totally were excited.
The Coke kiosks, where
they sell the fun cokes, the
Right.
thermal detonator cokes.
In Orlando, they had R5 Coke droids. So there were an R5 droid at the head of this big kiosk that was red and white, like Coke. Those are the Coke colors, red and white, and this R5 unit was red and white. That got me so excited. I don't know why, but it did. It's like Coke's got its own R2, its own R5 unit. And I put that out on Facebook and said, look, it's an R5 Coke. But then David Manderville, he won up that. He said, what if his name was COK3? COK3.
So if you look at
Coke.
it,
Yeah,
it
look
looks like
at
Coke.
it. It spells Coke. It's like, oh man, that's perfect. And I just wish they had sold these as like little tchotchkes.
Yeah.
And I know you can go into the Droid Depot and make your own R5 droid.
Oh yeah.
That's red and white. So if you want to go that far, you could. But I just wanted like a little 6-inch Coke droid. And still have no idea why this got me excited, but it just did.
That's so cute. Aww.
So, Sarah, what other differences did you notice, and what things really stuck out?
Okay, well, one of the things we noticed right away was, the Disney PhotoPass photographers. And in Galaxy's Edge, right in front of the First Order section, that First Order, what is that called?
The First Order cargo?
No, in front of the big ship. Thank you. Yeah, the First Order TIE Echelon, there was a magic shot, and you could just wait in line for your PhotoPass. And what it was is a big 360-degree camera. So it was like this ball in the air that looked like Luke's training.
Yeah, his
thing.
remote.
Yeah, his remote. And so the photographers, there were 6 of us when we took our picture. They had us stand equidistant around in a circle around the camera, and then they pressed something and said, okay, you're done. And we're like, what? What?
What did you do?
Right. And then it took this amazing photo that shows us all in Galaxy's Edge, like every part of Galaxy's Edge. And I'll be posting that in our Facebook group, but it was really neat. I love that. So that's something new that they don't do in Anaheim. And then also another big thing is that there's only 2 entrances to the Galaxy's Edge in Orlando. There is the entrance by the Droid Depot, kind of the main Frontierland entrance that we're used to. And then there's also the entrance by the Rise of Resistance. So in Orlando, there's no entrance by the Imperial section. I want to say Imperial, but it's First Order.
First Order,
The First Order section, yeah. So, and one thing, I love our Frontierland entrance because it's a really, gradual transition. It just kind of seamlessly goes into each other because it's both rock work and things. But there's a really odd transition in Orlando between Toy Story Land and Galaxy's Edge. They just don't mesh very well.
Well, when you're coming out of Galaxy's Edge and you see Buzz Lightyear standing there,
yeah,
well, it's a very quick transition.
Yes.
Whereas when you're walking out of Galaxy's Edge here in Anaheim and you're still in Frontierland, it makes it a little bit easier to transition back into the real world.
Right.
Now, going back to the First Order section, whereas our First Order section in Anaheim has got this big, giant First Order flag hanging right on the building right next to the First Order cargo store. This one had a ripped up flag, which I didn't really see any kind of markings to any specific thing. Okay. It was just all in tattered, like what you see at Maz Kanata's castle in Force Awakens. You see all those flags, some are torn up. This one had one of those kind of flags, but I couldn't recognize any of the symbols on there. But you'd wonder, in the First Order area, why not have the big, giant First Order flag?
Right. I'm not sure. That's kind of odd.
Now, we had met Skywalker Joshua Jordan, and he was telling us about some fun Easter eggs at Orlando's Galaxy's Edge. If you look at the land speeder garage, There's a couple of speeders there, but everyone calls it the Land Speeder Garage. In the back, there are red and black stripes. And that is the color scheme to the backlot tours that was once located where Galaxy's Edge is.
Nice.
But there's another homage to the Lights Motor Action Extreme Stunt Show. That's when you have Herbie the Love Bug. I think we saw this once. And
yes,
the only thing that sticks out in my mind is that Herbie the Love Bug was cut in two.
Oh.
So there is another homage to the show Lights Motors Action Extreme Stunt Show. And in Arabic, on the mini speeder in Merchants Row, there are the letters LMAE. Lights Motors Action Extreme Stunt Show.
Right. Cool.
Something that I haven't seen anyone else pick up, which is odd because I know people have been walking around both parks reading everything in Arabic, but this is the first time I've ever heard about that. So thank you, Joshua, for those two fun Easter eggs.
Okay, what else is different here in Galaxy's Edge?
Well,
actually, the placement of the X-Wing and the A-Wing in the Rise of the Resistance area is different in Orlando. Instead of being next to each other, they're across the path from each other. Yeah, here you could take a picture, conceivably, if you're far enough back, with two of them behind you.
Right.
Whereas in Orlando, I don't think you really could do that.
And that area is much more cleared out. In Orlando, the Resistance area, as if they're planning on maybe having like a little stage area.
It's more cleared out there?
Yes.
Oh.
Whereas ours, it's very, very tight and confined, right where those two souvenir kiosks are.
Okay.
And then right beside that is the Rise of the Resistance entrance and exit. And beside that is just the berm.
Right.
But over there, there's a really big cleared area. What will be there? Don't know. Now, something else, there's a lot of decorative differences between the two. And at Savi's workshop, in the foyer area, there's the Trilon wishing tree. Over in Orlando, they got this big, giant scrap of metal right in front of the tree. Don't know why. It's right in front of the tree. It kind of blocks the tree.
Yeah, it's really big.
Yeah. And their wishing tree doesn't have as many ribbons on it.
Well, their wishing tree, for one thing, is kind of upright and taller, but spindlier. Like there's like maybe 5 branches or something. And so there's only like very few wraps of ribbon around it too, because there's not as many branches. Whereas the wishing tree here in Anaheim is very much a shorter squatter tree, but much more branches reaching out all around. It looks like a typical, what is that called? The weeping willow tree almost.
Yeah.
I mean,
this is where Batuu citizens will go and tie a ribbon on a branch, and that's their wish. And when the ribbon falls off, their wish will be granted.
Yes. So not as many people made wishes in Orlando, apparently.
Well, we should have wished for less humidity.
Oh, okay.
That would have been the biggest wish. I'm sure the wishes on there were for the same thing.
Yeah.
And there were other decorative differences, like when we're walking in from Toy Story Land, there's a big scrap of metal, like a metal sled dug into the side of a sand wall, and I'm not really sure what that is.
Right.
Now that I'm thinking about it, we should have asked one of the Batuu citizens,
yeah.
Hey, so what happened over here?
Duh.
Yeah.
Oh, well. Oh, next time.
Yeah. So a lot of stuff just kind of stuck things, big pieces of scrap metal.
Yeah.
And right across from the Land Speeder garage, there were like these 2 large cylinders. We've got a picture we posted, or if we didn't, we will, of all the differences. We took pictures of everything.
Yeah.
I don't know what those do. So once again, we dropped the ball and not asking the citizens. So what do these things do?
Eric Warren is saying that the obelisks in the marketplace are different. And I'm trying to remember what he's referring to. So let us know what obelisks are you talking about, Eric. All right. What else is different around here? Ooh, one thing that really caught my eye, we walked into Galaxy's Edge Saturday morning, and there was this whole little mat in front of the Droid Depot, and there was kids playing with their droids on this mat, like learning how to use them and stuff. And I was like, oh man, they totally need this.
Right.
Like a little droid playing area. They totally need this in Anaheim. Like, it was amazing.
It's very, very visual too.
Yeah, and Chewie came by at one point and was like looking at the droids, and it's
always been
cute.
On the back burner about whether or not we should get a droid. But after playing with them, because we'll have a couple of droids out there, a BB unit and an R2 unit.
Yeah.
After playing with it, I want one now.
Which one do you want?
I want the R2 one.
Yeah. It's a little bit easier to control.
Yeah, because once you start playing with it, it's like, okay, now I see how much fun it is. And it's not as difficult as you would think, because some of those RC controllers, you got to press AB, AAB, BBC, and press triggers and do the hokey pokey and turn yourself around to make it work. So now after doing this, I found out how easy it was, and now I want one. And other kids, they had their droids, they were playing with them outside there. And yeah, Chewie came around, and Chewie was playing with the droids.
It was so neat.
Yeah. And something that we don't have here, they were giving things away out there. When you're walking in or out, there are cast members there, and they're giving out these traveler's guides.
Right.
And we got a whole bunch, so we made have a contest or something and give these away, because we grabbed a whole bunch because we knew Skywalkers hadn't been there yet. So if we can grab anything we can for you guys and girls, we will. Now, another thing that was not in the Orlando Galaxy's Edge, and I don't know why. In Doc Undar's, you'll go in there and you'll see a bunch of stuff all around, props and costume pieces and such. And one of the things that got me really excited about our Galaxy's Edge here in Anaheim, they had a blue snaggletooth.
Yay!
It was a snaggletooth head on an urn, which was blue, with the blue snaggletooth belt buckle. And for the us vintage fans, we got so excited about that. And for some reason, Orlando doesn't have it. You know what would have been really funny? If they had the red snaggletooth out there. We had the blue, they had the red. Oh, come on.
That would have been great. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Yeah, so no blue snaggletooth at Doc Undar's Den of Antiquities. And I don't think they had an Ark from Raiders of the Lost Ark.
I could not see it. I could not find it at all.
Yeah, there's one place where it is here where you can stand on your tippy toes and go, oh, okay, there it is over there. And standing on our tippy toes, we couldn't see it anywhere.
No, we couldn't.
They may have put it somewhere else, but we were in there quite a bit trying to look for differences, and I didn't see that anywhere.
Yeah. All right, another fun difference is that alcohol is not just regulated to Oga's Cantina at Orlando.
No.
In fact, they have the alcoholic blue and green milk, and we tried both.
Yeah, so if you go to the milk stand where they have the blue and green milk, that's where you can also buy the alcoholic versions.
So we had blue milk with Bacardi's rum.
Oh, hold on.
Oh,
Toddy
yes?
Perez is saying the Ark is in Doc Undar's Den of Antiquities.
All right, tell us where we have to stand, Toddy. We want to know.
We looked everywhere.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead with your alcoholic talk.
Okay, the green milk has Corazon Blanco tequila. So, and they came in like little squared off cups rather than round cups, and they would basically put the blue and green milk in your cup and then add the shot on top. So you kind of had to mix it in yourself, which I found a little annoying just because like at one point I took it and I almost like spilled some of the alcohol. It's like, I paid extra twice the amount for that. So anyway,
I was looking forward to tasting some of the alcoholic blue milk.
Yeah, you can.
No. If you're looking forward to it, don't.
No.
Because you can't taste any alcohol whatsoever.
No, it kind of, both of them, like you really couldn't taste the alcohol. It wasn't worth it in my opinion. And it what is it? When you add liquid to something that's thick,
diluted.
It made it less thick. So it wasn't that nice smoothie consistency. It was more liquidy. So on a hot day, it didn't work as well.
I had to talk myself into getting a buzz.
Yeah.
People were asking me, Rich, do you feel it? I want to say yes, so let's just go there because I don't want to seem like I wasted like $15 on this drink.
Something like that, yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Now, one of the differences that everyone had said first and foremost were the color schemes of the buildings.
Yeah.
Whereas the buildings are more rust-colored out there in Orlando, but out here they're more of a gray and brownish. And I did look at some side-by-side comparisons.
You did.
Yeah. So there are those differences.
Honestly, being there, it was not really noticeable, like to me.
We have a lot more blue in our Anaheim Galaxy's Edge, and there wasn't any blue out there. There's more of that tan colored to the buildings.
What's interesting about that is the merchandise that is outside of Black Spire Outpost, so the stuff that actually says Galaxy's Edge on it. Over here in Anaheim, it has like a blue as their pop of color, whereas over in Orlando, it's orange as their pop of color.
Yeah, if you hadn't said that, I never would have noticed that because we were looking for some souvenirs to take back that say Walt Disney World.
Right.
And you had realized, oh, wait a minute, it's more orange.
Yeah.
Where ours is blue. If you're going to go with that, such a subtle difference, you're going to lose my dollars.
To me, that stood out like a lot.
Okay, well,
that's okay.
We didn't buy it, so maybe you need to say Walt Disney World or Disneyland.
Ooh.
Then we could have bought some more stuff because I want the two differences.
Yeah. All right.
But going along with that whole merchandise thing, out there, they have got a whole, on Main Street at Disney's Hollywood Studios, there's a shop just devoted to Galaxy's Edge merchandise, whereas over here in Anaheim, you can only get it in Galaxy's Edge. I mean, there's like things like t-shirts and mugs you can get outside of the park, but that's it. But over there, they get a shop that has a little bit of everything in it.
Yeah, so it's called Keystone Clothiers on Hollywood Boulevard. It oh my gosh, it has stuff that's smuggled out of Galaxy's Edge. So some of the creatures and stuff have been smuggled out, and you can adopt them there,
which is very smart.
Yeah.
Why keep everything in such a tiny marketplace when you can bring it outside and sell more?
Put it in a giant shop that's very, very air conditioned. Right next to the Starbucks and some other yummy alcoholic beverages.
All right. Now, speaking of yummy, the morning that we went to Galaxy's Edge, we went to Docking Bay 7 for their breakfast. Oh my goodness. All right.
So good.
Drop everything you're doing right now and write this down. You want to go to Docking Bay 7, Food and Cargo, and you want to get the Bright Suns Morning. That's the name of their breakfast platter. It comes with 3 cheese egg bites, a pork sausage, purple potato hash, and get this, a mini Mustafarian roll. It's a lava roll.
Yes.
I love these things.
And what that really is a mini
cinnamon roll.
Cinnamon
but
roll.
with a little bit of a spice kick to it.
Yeah. But the egg bite is like, you know those egg bites you get at Starbucks that are round and like full of yummy things? Well, that's kind of what this egg bite is. And the pork sausage, I believe, it's the same sausage that you get at Ronto Roasters. Yeah. And oh man, so good. We've been craving that ever since we got that.
And you can also get a Mustafarian lava roll on its own, but in a bigger size.
Giant one.
Whereas the breakfast platter, you get a little tiny one.
Yeah.
But you can get it on its own, and it's so good.
You can also get that in the mornings at Oga's Cantina as well. So you can have your drink there in Oga's Cantina and your Mustafarian giant lava roll.
And they also had some other things at the Docking Bay 7 Food and Cargo. They had a Takadona Quencher. Oh my good. I don't know why we didn't get one of these.
I know. Well, I think we can't drink so much. I mean, we were there in the morning, so we weren't in a drinking mode then.
Speak for yourself. Okay. Now, this is comprised of a Bacardi Dragon Berry Rum.
Yummy.
I'll stop right there. A simple orange with pineapple juice and kiwi.
And blue curacao.
Yeah. Oh, my. How did we bypass this?
I don't know.
They also have another drink, a Gold Squadron Lager, which is a Blue Point Brewing Company 16-ounce draft.
And it's golden lager with lavender and plum flavors. I want to try that now. Richard!
We'll have to go back.
Aww.
In,
okay.
February.
That sounds good. Let's go to Ronto Roasters, which, again, this has an alcoholic beverage. One is called the Coruscant Cooler, which is made with Maker's Mark bourbon, and it's mixed with Luxardo Maraschino cherry liqueur. That sounds kind of good. Wow, and also some vermouth and cranberry and lime juice. So there you go.
Oh my goodness. Oh. Yeah, they had a wide variety of drinks over there.
Yeah, and for those who like ale, they have Trandoshan Ale, which is a spiced wheat ale.
Oh my goodness. So, you see, there are some differences, enough to want to go to both lands.
Definitely. And to have meetups with all the Skywalkers, which is why we're having a meetup now again in Disneyland on, what did we say, November 10th?
November 10th.
November 10th.
Yes.
We're going to remind all you West Coast Skywalkers.
And that announcement will be in our Facebook group as well, too.
An event.
On an event page, Yes. So for those Skywalkers who have been to both Galaxy's Edge on the East and West Coast, if you've seen any differences that we didn't, please go ahead and share them on our Facebook group or tweet at us at SkywalkingPod. So now, before we move away from Galaxy's Edge, there was a Galaxy's Edge reference on the Goldbergs for their Season 7 premiere.
Yes!
But wait a minute, hold on here. This doesn't make any sense. The Goldbergs takes place in the 80s. How can there be a Galaxy's Edge reference? So, to fill you in, you know what? Let's just go ahead and play the clip.
Okay.
I'm twisted up inside, but nonetheless I feel the need to say.
So we're going to take one last unforgettable family vacation before everybody starts the next big chapter in their lives. What do you say?
We love you, but pass.
You're going to pass on a trip to Disneyland?
Oh, boss!
I love you now. Ah, that's right. Embrace your mama.
Star Wars just opened a ride there. It's called Star Tours. You get to travel to the forest moon of Endor.
Well, I endor you. Boop.
Even you can't ruin this. Star Wars teaming up with Disney is just so big. Sure, I wish they'd dedicate a whole land to Star Wars, but that's just a little boy's dream.
I don't know the future, but the past keeps getting clearer every day.
See, even back in the 80s, we were all dreaming about a Star Wars land. And when Adam Goldberg said, Star Wars just opened a ride there called Star Tours.
Yeah.
So, placing in a timeline, it should be taking place in the summer of 1987. Because if he said they just opened Star Tours, which opened in January of 87.
Okay.
Whenever we watch the Goldbergs, we like to connect the dots as to where this takes place in the timeline.
Right.
You're showing a poster of Batman that came out in 1989. So something messy is going on here.
Right.
And National Lampoon's Vacation was playing on TV, so this puts it at about, summer of 87, because Vacation was started airing on cable and TV around 86.
Okay. I don't know how you remember all these dates, but
I ask me who the vice president is.
Who's the vice president
Not
in the
a clue.
80s?
Chevy Chase.
No. Wow. Well, that wasn't all for Star Wars on TV this week. We were expecting a fun surprise because apparently BB-8 was on Dancing with the Stars promoting The Rise of Skywalker, and so we heard them promoting it, but for some reason that part was not included in the ABC app, which is where we were watching Dancing with the Stars. So, you heard Tom Bergeron and we're going to see someone from The Rise of Skywalker. They'll be rolling in. And so we're expecting, okay, where's BB-8 or Dio?
Yeah.
Like you were betting, Richard.
Yeah, I had money on Dio.
Yeah. So we never saw it because it never showed up in the app. Aww.
Why?
So I don't know. And it's not on YouTube either. So if anyone still has it on the DVR, please record it for us, with your iPhone maybe, and send it because we want to see.
Yeah. Odd. They don't want to advertise The Rise of Skywalker on their app.
I don't know what happened. So
I don't know.
Oh well.
I don't know.
Well, what have we here? A magical place that's looking to get scared with bats and ghouls and cars in disguise. I've cast quite a spell now. You won't believe your eyes.
All right, Halloween is upon us. And it is time to talk Disney's Halloween parties on both coasts. Because we attended the Oogie Boogie Bash at DCA and Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party at Walt Disney World, all in the same week within 48 hours. So it's time to compare and contrast them both.
Before going to each one, which one were you looking forward to the most, Sarah?
Oh, well, looking forward to the most, I would definitely say Mickey's Not So Scary, just because I had heard so much about it. And the big fireworks show, they have a whole Hocus Pocus show in front of the castle. They have all, it's just a bigger place. So you expect a bigger more intense
Mhm.
atmosphere.
Okay.
So, what about you?
I was looking forward to Oogie Boogie Bash at DCA just because I'd heard there were more trails. There were things that were upping their game from when they would have it held at Disneyland. And having been there for the last, 10 years,
Right.
I was looking forward to seeing what they were going to do to make this a whole new experience. Because the last time for Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party at Disneyland, it's been there, done that.
Yeah.
Do we want to go next year? So I was looking forward to seeing these changes. But we'd never been to a Halloween party over in Orlando, and we were meeting with so many Skywalkers out there. So I was looking forward to that one as well. So to answer your question, 50-50 split.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I was definitely looking forward to all the differences for Oogie Boogie Bash as well. Well, so let's get into it. We attended the Oogie Boogie Bash with Skywalkers Dave Scale, Bryn McKinnon from Window to the Magic, and Kai Charles. And it was a pretty warm night, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, a little warmer than it should be in October.
Yeah. Well, it wasn't quite October yet.
Oh, that's very true.
Yeah.
Even in the fall. The fall had already started, so
Yeah.
I'm used to the fall weather where it gets brisk, because that nice smell in the air, and you have to wear long pants and a long sleeve shirt,
right?
Because it's fall. It's getting chillier, and that's Halloween.
Right.
So, yeah, we were wearing tank tops and shorts.
Yeah. Well,
Actually,
no,
we weren't.
We were Nick and Judy Hopps.
Right.
Yeah, we're Nick Wilde and Judy Hopps, which I believe we were the year before. But it's just a great, cool outfit for those warmer nights.
Mhm.
And we got so many comments, like even in the parking structure, people were like, "Oh, so cute." So we like it.
Yeah. And over at Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party in Orlando, we met with fellow Skywalkers, Sarah, your mom and dad,
Yep.
Norma and Peter, Matt Clifton was there, David and Luann, the Mandervillians,
Yep.
Michael and Michelle, the Chickafants, Toddy Perez. Hey, Toddy, she's right on YouTube.
Oh yeah.
She's a SkyTuber right now. The Hunt family.
Teresa Delgado and her husband Greg, and also Elizabeth Berry.
It's fun meeting people who you've just seen their names.
Yeah.
Now you're meeting them in person because they're people.
Yeah, and for those of you who can't wait to see what happened, well, we just posted our Oogie Boogie Bash video on YouTube. So you can check that out, see all the new stuff, see the treat trails. They were amazing. And then coming up this coming week, you'll be able to see our fun time at Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party, because we also shot video there. We're getting very good at shooting on-site vlogs.
Yeah, and a lot of people, when we were saying we were going to go out to both these parties, record everything because we're not going to get a chance to go. So these are our fun highlights.
Yes. All right, so let's get into these parties.
Now, the one thing both nights had in common, once again, the heat. The heat. But Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party was just an overall sweat-a-thon.
I agree. And I was even wearing my wig for, at Mickey's Not So Scary, we were Jack and Sally from Nightmare Before Christmas, and we did our makeup all cool with the Jack and Sally,
Stitch marks.
Yeah.
And why did you want to become Jack and Sally? You wanted to be...
We want to be twinsies. Twinsies with Teresa and Greg, who are also Jack and Sally. And it was fun.
It was fun.
You'll be able to see that in the video.
All right, now let's start comparing and contrasting here. Disneyland just switched back to having the Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party at DCA, because it started over there, and then for several years went to Disneyland, and now they're holding it back at DCA, and I couldn't congratulate them more on that choice.
Yeah. Except the fact that we didn't get to go into Galaxy's Edge for the Halloween party.
Right, but they wouldn't have had pumpkins in there. And...
No, they probably would have closed off that area, honestly. They wouldn't want to have to man it for the Halloween party.
Yeah, we got to call Disney and say, they have Halloween in the Star Wars universe.
Yes.
Now, they've changed and revamped several things for the better over at DCA.
Oh.
So now, let's really go through the various aspects of both parties in their categories.
Yes.
All right? So first up, let's talk about the treat trails.
All right, here we go. So, at Oogie Boogie Bash, we were so excited because the treat trails were not just going to be something where you just wander through and do your trick-or-treat thing. They were going to have characters associated with each trail. And okay, this was fantastic. What an awesome idea, because they had one treat trail and you walked through it and halfway through, all of a sudden there's Maleficent. And you can see me freaking out on the video. Like, I was so excited.
This alone is a 100% increase on what they've had in the past.
Yeah.
Hello. Yes, you may all approach. Now you shall deal with me and all of the powers of, well, you know.
And then there was another treat trail with Mad Hatter, who was super fun, and they'll interact with you as much as you want. Like, they're up on a pedestal, you can kind of take selfies with them, but you don't have to wait in a long line to take individual pictures. So this eliminated the need for waiting in line for character pictures, and it brought forth the fun opportunity of just talking with them and interacting with the characters, which is what I like most about character photo ops and interactions.
Yeah, and they were on their A game too. They were very funny, very...
The Evil Queen?
Oh, yeah.
She was excellent. She made a rhyme up, and she took our apple slices and added them to her brew, and oh my goodness.
Are those my apple slices?
There you go. There you go. Cheers.
I will dip the apples in the brew and let the sleeping death seep through. But these I made special for you. Good catch.
I loved that. Oh, so the characters that were included in the treat trails were Maleficent, the Evil Queen, Mad Hatter, Dr. Facilier, and Oogie Boogie.
Yeah. Oogie Boogie. This was not just a person in a costume. This was Oogie Boogie.
Yeah.
All right. My senses were blurred between real and real.
He was talking. His mouth was moving.
It was fully animated. Fantastic. And I don't like him in the movie. I like Oogie Boogie out of A Nightmare Before Christmas.
Right.
He's like that fluorescent green.
Okay,
Looks like he and Hulk had that same gamma radiation problem. Maybe
That's why you like him so much.
Yeah. Oogie Boogie could be like the ghost of the Hulk.
Yeah.
They're big and green. Mm-hmm. Now, the treat trails over at Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party, they were more of an afterthought.
And in fact, the treat trails at Disneyland, you have about 6 different stations in one trail, and they give you like one candy each, basically. Well, this one, they only had like 2 stations in a treat trail, but they were like handing you, like a big thing of
a big
candy.
fistful of candy.
Yeah, a fistful of candy.
And whenever we went to a new treat trail to a candy station, I'd almost forgotten we're getting candy.
Oh.
It was such an afterthought, whereas I think they're more pronounced over at DCA.
Yes.
Over at Walt Disney World, it's such a bigger area, and they're so spread out more that by the time you get to the next one, it's like, oh yeah, more candy.
Right.
Whereas in DCA, we got like a big, giant duffel bag full of candy. Mm-hmm. They'll give you these little tiny bags. You can maybe hold a porg or 2.
So bring a backpack. This is a good tip.
Yeah. This is where you can bring a backpack.
Yeah. So you bring a backpack and you fill up your bag and you dump it in your backpack. Then you fill up your bag again. You dump it in your backpack. We came home with a whole backpack full of candy.
Yes.
And we just donated a bunch to the YMCA.
Yeah. Yes. This is the time where I'll okay the use of big backpacks because they're full of candy.
Oh, yay.
All right. Now let's talk about the themed Halloween rides.
Yes, this is one of my favorite aspects of the Halloween parties. So at the Oogie Boogie Bash, you have Cars Land. So you have Mater's Halloween, and Luigi's is also themed to Halloween. And then, of course, you have the Guardians of the Galaxy ride at night, and it's like at Guardians After Dark. And so it's not completely dark, but they played it. It's kind of a different story, and it's more in the dark, but it's still fun. And I'd say we were going to go on the Cars Land rides, but then we realized that we needed to eat something instead of candy. So we didn't go on the Cars Land Halloween rides, but one of the things during the Halloween season, you can always go on the Cars Land Halloween themed rides. You don't have to wait for the party to do those rides.
But it's just really fun to see everything decked out to Halloween.
Yeah.
I love that about Cars Land, and I wish they would take a note and do the same thing with Batuu.
Yeah.
I wouldn't leave. If they mashed up Star Wars, Galaxy's Edge, and Halloween, yep, I'd chain myself to the Millennium Falcon.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why they're not doing it. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but did they do the Galaxy of Terror Space Mountain? What is it called?
No, Space Mountain Ghost Galaxy.
That's
they
the
did
one.
not do the overlay this year.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't think so.
And that's at Disneyland, not
that's
DCA.
very, very true. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So those are the themed rides at Oogie Boogie Bash. And Justin Smith is saying that our video made him want to go to the Oogie Boogie Bash. So awesome. That's what it was supposed to do, Justin. Tell our sponsor, smallworldvacations.com.
Say it loud and proud.
Yeah.
Now, one of the greatest additions over at Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party. We need to shorten that up somehow.
I know. Mickey's Not So Scary.
How about just Mickey's Party?
Say Mickey's Not So Scary. That's what I heard.
Mickey's Not So Scary.
Yeah.
The Pirates of the Caribbean ride had real pirates.
Yeah. So Mickey's Not So Scary had a bunch of rides that were only themed for the evening, and you couldn't go on these rides themed during the rest of the if you weren't at the party.
Mm-hmm.
So one of those included the Pirates of the Caribbean with the real pirate performers in the queue and on the ride.
Okay, now I counted 3. Were there more than that? There were 2 in the queue.
Right. Oh, 2? I thought there was 1 in the queue and like 2 on the ride, 2 or 3.
There was 1 in the jail cell.
Yes.
And then there was 1 telling jokes.
Okay.
And then there was 1 up on a bridge.
Okay.
Right by where the animatronic guy is with the pigs.
Yes.
Up on top, there was a guy up there.
Yeah, I think
I hope he worked there.
And I think there was one more guy who was in the bombing room, with the big ship, and he was way up on a ledge,
Now,
like yelling.
Was that an animatronic or is that a real pirate?
I think that was a real pirate.
Because he was so far away, you couldn't tell. And I asked someone, "Is that an animatronic?" They said yes. Maybe they were just they were joshing me. They were funning me.
I thought it was a real person. So there could have been 4 then, right? 4? Yeah. So that was cute.
There could have been more.
There could have been more. I agree.
Yeah, even a real live Jack Sparrow
Mm-hmm.
would have really, really been fun.
Yeah. Also at Mickey's Not So Scary, they have Space Mountain in the Dark.
Okay. Let me just say that this part with the real pirates will be included in our video next week of Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party.
Yay. All right, they also have Space Mountain in the Dark, which we did not get to ride. And they also, at Mickey's Not So Scary, had a Monsters, Inc. laugh floor that was Halloween themed. So it was integrated into a treat trail. So you go into the ride area, the queue area, there was some treats, and then you go into the main theater and you could either sit down or just walk straight through to get more candy. And we sat down. And
I don't think they were prepared for us.
No. How many of us were there? 11, 12? We were all in a big row. And so they called on one person in our row. And she's like, "Oh, yeah, I'm with a bunch of people."
Yeah, that was Elizabeth Berry.
Yeah.
They picked her.
Yes.
And the 2 monsters realized that she was with a big party.
Oh, yeah. And so they went down our row. And Richard, you got called on.
Finally.
Yeah.
And I don't know why, but I opened up with, just if you're wondering, I'm not the rebel spy. And this confused them. Hey, you know what? Should we play a clip from this video that David Manderville had taken?
Yeah.
Yes, it was.
Yeah. I'm not the rebel spy, if you're asking.
I'm not, but thank you for that introduction.
Before you got there, I just wanted to let you know, okay, not the rebel spy. I know it's going to go there sooner or later.
You think I was?
Yes. I can see it in your eyes.
Now what do you see?
Yeah. I see evil.
When we release our Mickey's Not So Scary video, this will be on there. Trust us.
Now, Toddy on YouTube is saying these were called Halloween twists.
Yeah, these rides, the ride overlays of Halloween are called Halloween twists. Thank you, Tati.
So that was fun talking to the monsters, and it's a CG monster up on the big screen, and it's all real time.
Yeah.
Like with Crush over at DCA when you're talking to the Turtle Talk with Crush.
Yeah, that's
talking
it.
Turtle time.
No, that's it.
Yeah.
Turtle Talk with Crush.
Okay, you're talking to a cartoon.
But that was super fun and a great time to just sit and chill for several minutes as we ate some candy and laughed. All right. Well, let's move on to parades.
Okay.
Because both of the parties had parades.
One of the highlights of any kind of Disney big event are their parades that where they just go over the top. And I loved these parades.
Mm-hmm. So
And
which one did you like more?
I was hoping you wouldn't ask me that because you know what? I think the Oogie Boogie Bash really stands out. No, I'm sorry. The Mickey's Not So Scary because they had the floating bride.
That was cool. Yeah, so each parade both had a haunted mansion section. And yeah, so at one point there was all these women,
ballroom dancers.
Yeah, right around, you could tell was a bride with someone holding that candle, you know.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden the ballroom dancers spread out and the bride just shot forward and
floats forward.
Uh-huh.
Oh my goodness.
It was super cool.
She's like on a Segway or something.
Yeah.
But that really stuck out. They may have had that over at Oogie Boogie, but I don't recall it.
They didn't have that, but they do have, at both of them, they do have the grave diggers with the
the shovels
that make
causing sparks.
Yeah, that was cool. And also the parade at Mickey's Not So Scary has the Boo to You theme song, which is a total earworm.
Oh, there it goes. There it goes.
Yeah.
Yep.
To you. And you and me.
Okay, let's make this so all the Skywalkers have this playing in their head the whole day.
Wow. Oh, Tati is saying that this is the first time Constance made an appearance, the bride.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Well, wow. That was a great addition.
Yeah, it really stuck out. It made an impression.
Yeah. Okay, so the parades are both excellent.
All right, now let's talk about nighttime shows.
Yes. So Mickey's Not So Scary featured the Not So Spooky Spectacular fireworks show, which is incredible. It had projection mapping on Cinderella's castle.
They're just getting better and better at this.
Holy cow, you don't even need the fireworks at this point.
No. You know what? I forgot there was even fireworks during this show.
Right?
Because the show was just so interactive and always moving and so much fun.
Yes. So they had one showing of that, the fireworks, but then they had about 3 different showings of the Hocus Pocus villain Spelltacular.
Spelltacular! That's awesome. I love seeing all these villains in one show. For me, that's gold. It reminded me of the Batman movie, the first Batman movie in the 1960s, where you had all of the villains coming together.
Okay.
And as a kid, I just loved that.
Yeah.
So I think seeing all these villains here, it reminded me of the old Batman movie, the Adam West movie.
Okay, and it was a really good way. They did a really good job of integrating the villains. Like the Hocus Pocus sisters, the Sanderson sisters had to create a spell, and they needed 3 different elements, 3 or 4. And so each villain came to bring that element. Mm-hmm. And then by the end, they sang, of course, the major song from the Hocus Pocus, which I'm not remembering right now, but it makes you all dance, you know,
right.
Yeah.
And it began with the song that Sarah Jessica Parker sings, one that lures all their kids to a certain death.
Come Little Children, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, yeah. Oh, it was cool. Yeah, Kelly Turkle says she wished they would bring the Hocus Pocus show to Disneyland. I agree, but where would they put it? I mean, Disney World has that great stage right in front of the castle, and all the villains come out from the castle doors, like right down the gangplank there. It's so neat.
It's an A+ show, but you know what really stuck out to me?
What?
Seeing Oogie Boogie walk up and down stairs. Because he's Oogie Boogie. He's a very large, okay, let's break the fourth wall here. There's a performer inside there who's got to walk up and down these stairs in a giant, like, inflatable costume.
At night.
We've walked up and down stairs in costumes. It's not that easy. And we've taken a tumble a time or two.
Yes.
So they must have had done a lot of rehearsals to make sure. Because Oogie Boogie was dancing and going up and down steps. Right there. You know what? Just make a trip to Orlando. Use smallworldvacations.com. And just to see Oogie Boogie. And after you see him walking up and down the stairs, like, okay, I'm good. I can leave now.
That's so funny. Well, similarly at Oogie Boogie Bash, they did create a show that gets all the villains together, and this was called Villainous, and it was in the World of Color show area. So you have basically your World of Color show is called Villainous, and it's themed, and they wrapped this story around the music that we know and love and the characters that we know and love. They had a little girl who was deciding whether she should be a villain or a princess or a good character for Halloween.
Right.
And I don't think they did as good a job as like the Hocus Pocus show as integrating the villains. But that was just my opinion.
Yeah, because then Oogie Boogie did his little dance numbers in between the story thread.
Right.
And I just wanted to see Oogie Boogie dance.
Right. It was almost
I
like...
think I have a whole new favorite character.
Aww. Well, it was interesting because like the World of Color show, the way it is with the water projections and the cool things, like honestly, you don't really need much of a storyline. You just want to see the visuals and hear the music, and anything else is kind of superfluous. Like I almost would just want like basically a concert where it's just song after song after song of all the villain like songs. I think that would work. And I do applaud them for, you know, trying to create a storyline, but I also felt it was like an odd mix of 2D and 3D animation because that new girl character was in 3D and she was kind of creepy looking, honestly. And then you had the 2D animation from like Lion King or some of those previous, you know, films. And also the skeleton dance.
Yeah.
That thing and it just was a weird mix.
Well, to get a better idea, watch our video, and well, we pretty much cut out the little girl story and just had the fun visuals.
Right.
Which is all you need.
Yeah.
You want the eye candy. It's all about candy.
Yes.
So you can eat your candy while watching the eye candy. What more do you need?
I love it. Tati says that song for Hocus Pocus is called I Put a Spell on You.
Well, thank you, Tati.
Thank you.
The Skye tuber.
All right. Well, we're almost done with our trip through Mickey's Halloween parties, but we have to touch on food. Themed food.
I think we gained like 10 pounds.
Right? Themed food is the best. And holy cow, did both parks do this well.
What do we have over at Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party?
So at Mickey's Not So Scary, they had a Maleficent Dole Whip. And this was lime soft serve. Served in a chocolate cone with chocolate horns on the side. So you had your Maleficent colored, your lime green, and your dark black. And that was pretty good. It was just very like, whoa, limey, you know.
Yeah, in fact, on the video you'll see next week, I take a bite out of it, and you can see my head kick back.
Yeah.
From this tangy punch that it has.
It makes your mouth pucker.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, I'm getting a sugar high just listening to this.
Oh, I know.
That was a very, very good ice cream.
Yeah. And then, Richard, you had a mini cookie dough sundae. It was so good. Richard... Oh, yes?
How good was it?
Well, Richard, you were making a lot of noise eating this thing because you
yeah.
were just enjoying it so much. And we happen to be in this little area in Fantasyland, and all of a sudden I see some evil stepsisters talking to some kids, and they were looking over at us. She's like, "What's going on over there?" says one of them, and you just continued eating and making lots of noise. And so the evil stepsisters came over and we had a little interesting interaction with them for 5 minutes. So you'll see all this in our video.
You know, let's play a short clip right now of me enjoying this Sunday.
I'm loving it.
I'm going to turn off this camera so I can eat that too. No, I want it too. No, give me that.
This is good.
Give me that.
There's some good stuff here.
I want it now. No.
What?
Everything okay over there?
No, we're good. Yeah. Enjoying some ice cream, though.
Oh, those are the two sisters or something.
Oh, yeah. Oh, careful.
Look.
You're not actually supposed to do that.
Was it loud? Was I calling a disturbance?
No, the only disturbances are caused by me. What are you doing?
I'm just taking a little bite of ice cream. Is that loud?
It's a sugar problem. It's a sugar problem.
I wasn't sure. I'm sorry. Did I disturb anything here?
No, sir.
Okay.
No, sir, at all. The only disturbances are caused by me, and that's because I don't have a ring yet. However, if anyone's looking to give one to someone...
Would you like some ice cream instead of a ring?
What? No!
You sure?
The only kind of ice I want.
Do you want a button? You gonna take a button? You want a Galaxy's Edge button?
No!
What? Why?
Why not? There needs to be something with my face on it instead. Oh. Your pleasure. I believe the louder, the better.
I'm listening.
Oh my gosh.
This behavior only comes out when I'm with the Mandravillians.
Okay, is that it? Nice. Yeah, and unfortunately, I mean, we did a lot at the Halloween party, Mickey's Not So Scary, but we didn't eat a lot. So I know there's a lot more food available, and Tati is saying that the Lotso burger was really good, and I'm sure it was.
We didn't eat a lot. We gained 10 pounds.
Yeah, but we didn't eat a lot at the parties because, you know, you only have a limited time and you're like doing everything.
Well, maybe it was just 10 pounds of candy.
Yeah. But, so that's all we ate at Mickey's Not So Scary. And then let's go over to Oogie Boogie Bash.
We had more ice cream.
And we started out with ice cream. Yeah, that was kind of a fun plan. So we had this Oogie Boogie Sundae at Clarabelle's hand scooped ice cream parlor. It was mint chocolate chip ice cream because Oogie Boogie is that green. And it has, what is it? Those worms?
Gummy worms. I hate gummy worms.
Gummy worms and candy corn. Yeah, it tasted kind of gross.
But I love candy corn.
Yeah, and it was in a waffle cone.
It's like eating Halloween when you eat a candy corn.
It was good. But to amp up the fun at Oogie Boogie Bash, it's in DCA. Well, in DCA, they serve alcohol.
And lots of it.
And we discovered that not just for the Halloween party, but all the time, that DCA has beer floats. Uh-oh. I'm so, so
we go
had,
back tonight?
Right? So they had Guinness, and it changes. The beer flavors change. Like, I guess they sometimes only have one flavor or sometimes two. Well, that night they had Guinness and vanilla bean ice cream. And wow, this was good. And then they also had a special thing that was an apple sorbet that was hard apple cider with apple sorbet and caramel. And it looked like an apple. And that's what Bryn had.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
You can see this on you can see us enjoying these beverages on our YouTube. But, oh man, that was good too. So yeah, you can get those at Clarabelle's ice cream parlor. And we recommend starting with dessert first because that fueled our trip in a big way.
Okay, but for the kids listening, always have your dinner with vegetables before you have your ice cream.
Right.
And always do your homework.
Yes.
And stay in school. All right, so that about wraps up the comparing and contrasting in our madcap adventures at both Disney Halloween parties. And we know a lot of you Skywalkers have been to both parties. And let us know what your favorite elements were. The meet and greet characters, the shows, the fireworks, the treats. Let us know. We're very, very interested in what you have to say.
Yeah, in fact, Kelly Turkle brings up a good point right now, our SkyTuber. She talks about Villains Grove, which was at Oogie Boogie Bash. And this was not a tree trail, but it was one of those, like, dark trails that you get at, like, Halloween Horror Nights and stuff, only no one jumps out at you. But it's in the Red River Creek Trail area, and you go in, and make sure you take your time because different parts of that trail are themed to different villains. But you have to wait and watch as the villains like make their appearance and then disappear again.
Yeah, it's like a light show.
Yeah, so it was really, really cool. And you can also see some of this on our video. But you really have to go and experience it to really immerse yourself in it.
Look at this. We're asking Skywalkers for their input, and they're already inputting.
I know. I love it.
Thank you, Kelly, and all the other SkyTubers who helped us out during our discussion here.
Yeah. So, Richard, overall, Oogie Boogie Bash or Mickey's Not So Scary?
You know what? I hate doing this because there are so many fun elements to both. But
well, what think
okay,
is it?
I would think the humidity at Mickey's Not So Scary party in Orlando, it's like this big dark glove that wraps around you, and you just
It doesn't ruin the experience, but it
doesn't
puts
enhance
a damper on
the
it.
Halloween feel and environment.
Okay.
Just because you're sweating the whole time.
Right.
And it's just it weighs on you. It's sweat is heavy.
Yeah.
But you know what? I can't let that dampen my time. And you know what? I would say both. You know what? I'm sorry. I'm going to go right in the middle. Like I said before, it's right in the middle. Both.
Yeah.
Both were equally as fun.
Okay.
Except for the humidity.
Yeah.
But the most fun aspect of both was visiting with all of our Skywalkers.
Yes, absolutely.
2 Skywalker meetups on both coasts. Oh my goodness.
That was really
so
cool.
much fun.
And we'll need to keep doing this next year. At least here at Disneyland. I don't know if we'll be able to take trips to Walt Disney World every September, but yeah, this was super fun.
So once again, Skywalkers, when you go or if you've gone, let us know what your favorite parts of both Halloween parties are.
Yeah, and so far, man, this was the Halloween season to beat. Now, if these parties sounded fun, make sure to grab your tickets early. The Oogie Boogie Bash at DCA is entirely sold out for the Halloween season. But if Mickey's Not So Scary sounded fun, there are still plenty of dates and tickets available for that on the East Coast.
Hey, but good news. If someone wants to go to the Oogie Boogie Bash and it's sold out, they can watch our video. You're in and out in 20 minutes.
And you didn't even have to leave your couch.
Shout-outs, Skywalker shout-outs. Which Skywalkers get props from here in Neverland? Who has tweeted out? Shout out. Who has photobombed? Shout out. Who has shared a post? Shout out.
It is time for shout-outs. And Skywalkers, one of the reasons we do these episodes and YouTube videos and everything is we love your feedback. It fuels us every week for the next episode. So here, we'd like to bring out something that Mark Badawi on Facebook said. Richard, would you like to read?
Sure. Mark says, just wanted to thank you and Richard for the amazing podcasting you two do. I'm busy working away with the fire department and managing my lovely family, so I don't get to partake in Star Wars Celebration, Disney parks, and events like D23. But thanks to you two, I live vicariously through your adventures. I'm the nerd in the family, and both my teenage daughters have been to Galaxy's Edge, but I haven't. One day. Until then, I'll be skywalking throughout Neverland.
Aww. It's so great, Mark, that we can bring you along with us, and that's what we try to do. We just love sharing what we do in hopes that you guys can get something out of it.
Yeah, and coming soon to our YouTube channel, we'll have many more Halloween adventures.
Yeah.
Oh, so Not Scary Farm. Oh.
So much fun.
And more. Now, Sarah, let's thank the Skywalking Force.
Absolutely. We want to give all of you who are in the Skywalking Force a huge thank you and shout out. You fuel our desire to create content every single week in a big, big way. So, without further ado, here are the Skywalking Force.
We want to give a big thank you and a Wookiee hug to Jennifer Cole,
Peter and Norma Heitman, my parents,
Mike Sanders,
Brian Sims,
Bryn McKinnon,
Terry Lee,
Christopher Marino,
Michael Nip,
Anthony Kakias,
the Hunt family,
Carl Fox,
Patrick Pine,
Chickafant,
Michelle,
Glenn Stein,
Garrett Sessions,
Laura Bryce,
Reynold Gobet,
Jeff Long,
Scott Hume,
and Dora Speck.
We could not do this without your amazing contributions. And Skywalkers, if you would like to become a member of the Skywalking Force, please head to skywalkingforce.com.
And they have a special show coming their way within the week.
Yeah, we're going to do a special show for the Skywalking Force about our Walt Disney World trip.
Yeah, our top 5 picks of everything that we had seen from the Halloween parties to Galaxy's Edge to Pandora.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
Coming soon to Skywalking Force. That wraps up episode 261 of
Skywalking Through Neverland. We'd like to thank all the Skywalkers who met up with us at both Disney Halloween parties. And we want to thank all the Skywalkers for listening each and every week and watching our YouTube videos and reaching out to us. We just love you all.
Absolutely.
And of course, we want to thank all the SkyTubers for watching our live stream like you are right now. Hey, SkyTubers.
Hey. We would also like to thank our sponsor, Small World Vacations. Now, after all of this fun Halloween stuff, are you thinking of a trip to Disney parks?
I am.
I know. There's so many good deals right now. So you can just head to smallworldvacations.com and fill out a get a quote form. It's like no obligation. It's really great. And their vacation planning service is free of charge. So just check it out and tell them that Skywalking Through Neverland sent you. Now, as a reminder, Skywalkers, each Wednesday at 6 p.m. Pacific, we will either post our latest YouTube video or we'll do a live show on YouTube where we're going to have something fun that week.
And we take requests.
Yeah? Ooh, that's
yeah. Do you want to see something?
Do you want to have a discussion about something?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that is really cool. So that's what we're going to be doing. Wednesdays is our YouTube day.
Nice.
So
I want to join in on that.
I know. Well, you will be there.
Oh, yeah. See, I never get picked for anything Disney-wise.
Yeah.
So I'm just used to being excluded. I'm sorry.
All right, Skywalkers, please check out all the rest of the shows on the Skywalking Network. Including the Culture Popcast and Sabers and Spells and classic Marvel Star Wars comics.
Mm-hmm.
You can find us all at skywalkingthroughneverland.com, plus some new articles on books coming out. So Drew Kaplan just posted an article about Star Wars creatures, big and small. And we also have Eric Unkenhout writing articles about the latest Marvel comics and more. So make sure to head to skywalkingthroughneverland.com and check that out. And also, you can head to skywalkingthroughneverland.com and check out all the shirts on TeePublic. So there's the Support Us tab right there. You can click that, and there's a drop-down menu for all the ways in which you can support us.
Can't tell you how many people stopped us when they saw the new Skywalking Halloween shirt.
Oh.
Where did you get that shirt? I love it.
Yeah, we have the design of the little Toy Story aliens who are dressed up for Halloween. One is Darth Vader, one is Maleficent, and one is Spider-Man.
Get the trifecta of the Disney properties.
And Buzz in Toy Story Land at Hollywood Studios loved our shirts.
How could he not?
I know.
Next year, we'll need to add some kind of a Muppet reference in there.
Ooh, okay.
Come on, Disney.
Once again, a huge thank you for everyone who is part of the Skywalking Force. If you would like more Skywalking Through Neverland in your life or just want to contribute, then please check out skywalkingforce.com and you will help support the ever-growing Skynet.
Now, you can also find Skywalking Through Neverland at jedinews.co.uk and at Bantha Tracks.
Now, for social media, we love hearing from you. We love hearing feedback on our shows. So please, please reach out. We are at Skywalking Pod for Twitter and Instagram. We also have our Facebook group, which is a lovely, lovely place on the internet. You don't hear that much often these days. No. So you can search Facebook for Skywalking Through Neverland group and request to join and answer the questions that pop up. Some of you have not been answering the questions, and we can't let you in.
Simple rule.
You can email us, share@skywalkingthroughneverland.com. Hey, if you've been to one of these parties and want to give us a trip report, you can even do a little voice memo on your phone and email that in to share@skywalkingthroughneverland.com. We'd love to hear that and play that on the next show.
Do you know what else we love?
What?
Reviews. Always love to hear what you Skywalkers have to say. So please head over there to Apple Podcasts or Stitcher and let us know what you think.
Yes.
And leave us some stars. It's up to you. How many? Your choice.
Yeah. We'd love to know.
Now, stay tuned for bloopers and me coughing and other fun conversational bits that didn't fit in the show right after the credits.
And always remember to never eat all the candy that you get at these Halloween parties.
But if you do, we're not going to blame you. And kids, stay in school.
And have a beer float. I mean, not kids. Just everyone else.
Neverland on Alderaan.
Some imagination, huh?
To our Skywalkers and Tweetwalkers, thanks for listening. Skywalking Through Neverland is created and produced by Richard and Sarah Woloski. Original music by Rob Dellinger. Creative consultant Mark Augushowitz. Technical advisor Peter Heitman. Facebook administrators Donald Wicks, Joey Pittman, and Norma Heitman.
Skywalking Through Neverland is intended for entertainment and information purposes only. Any sounds, music, and clips played during this podcast are the property of their copyright holders. All original content is property of Skywalking Through Neverland, all rights reserved. Sorry, had to be said. Are you deciding which Disney Halloween party to go to? One more time. Are you deciding which... Hold on. Where are you going? Oh. Well, share that with everybody. Hey, everyone. Sarah's going to use the ladies' room. So if anyone needs to go to the bathroom right now, go ahead. Go ahead. And you can also get a Sorry. So if any Skywalkers... Sorry. Ooh. It's contagious. Christopher... Oh, sorry. And you can also find Skywalking Through... Oh, I should have had a lozenge. Sorry. There you go. There you have it.